Me?
Yes.
Hello.
I'm not starting it again.
No, that's fine. This is how we do it. This is our intro.
Sorry, I should have said it was. You can go. Yes.
Hello. Welcome to What's the Buttons, episode
107.
Big number.
Over 100.
I'd like to start the.
Big stretch.
I'd like to start the podcast by shouting out a friend of the channel, Clarky.
Mm-hmm.
He messaged the other day saying, "Imagine a world where Laura had such a great career at Celtic that she's being mentioned on the UK's best pod 20 years later." The Football Manager pod.
Who? What?
The Clarky had a player that he changed
Oh,
the
yeah,
name to
Laura. I really got confused then. I
Yeah.
was like, Laura?
And banged in many goals for Celtic. And he said, yeah, imagine a world where...
That was a good episode. I enjoyed that episode.
Yeah, it was fun.
That was quite nice.
I suppose we have to pick up where we left off with that eventually, but do you want to? I can't remember where we left off. I think I was playing...
You just done your first
leg.
game. You beat Antwerp.
No, I am Antwerp, you twerp.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I know what club I manage, mate. Antwerp.
No. I don't think you are. Who did you go against then?
It was like AZ, I think.
No.
Yeah, it was.
No, not when we last spoke.
Yeah, I am Antwerp. That is the club that I manage.
But who was you?
Well, this is what I'm trying to work
beat
out.
Them, hold on, because you sent me a picture, didn't you? Maybe you are Antwerp.
I know I'm Antwerp. That part's not up for discussion. What?
Hold on. PSV.
That's it.
PSV. That's the one you fucking... Yeah, so you are Antwerp. Well done.
Thank you. Thanks
Nice
for
one.
confirming this. Yes, so I was winning 5-1 in the first qualifying leg. And as it shows quite clearly in this picture, I lost 3-0, which left the score on aggregate 5-4, which was a lot closer than I would have liked. Nevertheless, we pushed on, we moved. So we made it through to the Europa League group stage, which is different now, and it's different in real life, and it starts this season. So normally, much akin to World Cups and the Euros, there'll be group stages, i.e. Group D, Group E, Group F, and they'll have 4 clubs in it, blah, blah. They scrap that now for European competitions. Now what they do is they have a league table, and that only starts this season, so it hasn't even started in real life yet.
Right.
And it will be, I think it's like 16 clubs or 20 clubs or whatnot. 18 clubs, I believe. And it will be the top 6. So what they do is you'll play a certain number of games. I don't know how they determine who it is that you play in that league, because you're not playing all of them. I think you get put in a pot, and then you draw from each of them pots and play a club in each of them pots. But it's all over a league table. So you play, I don't know, 10 games, I think it is, something like that. And the top 6 teams automatically qualify through to the knockout stages. The middle 6 teams, they have like a playoffs against themselves to qualify, and then the bottom 6 just don't qualify.
Fucking hell, it seems so complicated, doesn't it?
It's not. I'm not very good at explaining it. But anyway, I somehow managed to finish like 3rd in that table. I beat some fucking heavy hitters.
You went straight to the knockouts.
I was straight to the knockouts, bruv. Straight to the knockouts.
Right, yeah.
I'm not going to beat around the bush because I can't exactly remember. I haven't played it for a few days. I'm in the semi-finals.
It's ridiculous.
I've took Antwerp to the semi-finals of the second biggest European competition in world football. Right. And before I got through the last round, it was because they draw the quarters and the semis at the same time, so you know who you're going to get in the semis if you beat the team that's in front of you. I either had Fiorentina or Chelsea, so they obviously played each other in the quarters. Fiorentina beat Chelsea, so now I've got Fiorentina. But that just shows the level of ability I'm coming up against now. The team's just beaten Chelsea. And Chelsea and Football Manager are going to be very good because they've got loads of money, so they can just do whatever they want. So yeah, I haven't played that yet. I'll be honest with you, it doesn't matter what happens because I've took them to the semi-finals of Europa, which is an achievement in itself. I'd love to reach the final, but we'll see. Fact of the matter is, regardless of what happens, at the end of this season, I'm leaving Antwerp. they can get fucked. If there's any Antwerpians listening to this, fuck yourselves. Your club's a load of fucking cunt. I hate them.
This was your what?
Oh, actually, I love the fans.
No.
The fans are great.
Yeah, is this a changed opinion?
No.
From the last time
it's
that
the
we spoke?
board. They're selfish fucks. Since we spoke, I've asked them twice to put me on a coaching
Some
course,
badges.
and they won't. And twice I've said to them, if you don't put me through this coaching course, I don't believe I can carry on with this club. And they say, is that your resignation? And I'm like, no, it's not. And then I did exactly the same again. Is that your resignation? No, it's not. So they're not interested in me.
Well, especially not now, because now you look like a right bitch.
No, so when... No. They owe me. I've took them to a European semi-final.
Yeah, but they've then just gone and called your bluff. Because...
Well, that's fine.
But now the third time round, when you hand in that resignation, it's going to have very nullified effect to what it would have now.
Only to the board. I don't give a fuck. The fans will love me.
What if they offer you badges? Right.
Talk.
This is how it is. I'm the board. You're the manager of Antwerp.
What the fuck do you want?
You're going to speak to the board like that?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
That is mental.
What are you going to do? I'm in the
mental.
semi-final of a European competition. You're going to get someone to replace me to get you to the final? I don't think so. No manager in your history
you're
has done
assuming
this.
that the final is our fucking end goal here. We're not interested in the final, actually, are we?
Well, what do you want?
You like that coffee?
What do you want?
Managers with decent attitude is what we want. Now, you've come into our office. I say our because there's 10 of us. There's 10 of us here. All right? It's a big office.
I stare at all of them at the same time.
Yeah. What do you want? This is now your third time here.
You called me in.
Did we?
Yes.
Did we call you in?
Yeah, well, one of you did. It was fucking one of you.
Right, okay, well, that changes the tempo of the conversation then. Rewind that. How would you start it then if I've called you in? I thought you've come in guns blazing. If I've called you in, we need to have a chat about these badges.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Now, let's do it.
Right.
Give me them. Please.
So we just don't know if you've earned it yet.
What? I've got into the European semi-final.
Yeah, but
something that no other manager in your club history has done. And I've done it on a shoestring budget, might I add. Everything I've done for this club has been through my own hard work. Your finances are back in the green. When I came, they were hugely in the red. I've balanced your books. I've given you success on and off the pitch. I've got you into a semi-final of a European competition with the potential to win your first ever European trophy, and I can't have a badge that costs you about 500 quid. You tight cunts. What say you? Because if this conversation don't go the way I want it to, at the end of the season, I am off skis.
Right, but you have to understand that if we give you these badges, what does that then make you as a coach? You explain to me what badges makes you as a coach.
Better.
Right.
I learn more.
You learn more. Fantastic.
More tactically astute. Push us to the next step.
Incredible.
Possibly the Champions
But
League.
it won't be us, will it? Because you'll get your little badges and you'll off-ty fuck. Straight into the Prem.
If you don't give me the badges, I'm off to fuck anyway.
Yeah, but you've already said this twice and you're talking bollocks.
All right, call my bluff, bruv. Because I'm going. At this point, whatever happens, at the end of the season, I'm going. You can offer me whatever contract you want, I'm going. The lack of respect and backing I've had from this board has been, quite frankly,
what do you mean respect and backing? We gave you a job. Don't forget you were nothing before you come in.
You plucked me from the doldrums of the Belgian
League. And we put you in the semi-finals of the second largest cup.
I've put you there. You plucked me for my ability. You cherry-picked the best of the shit.
No one else was cherry-picking.
And I've flourished.
You should be in here on your knees under this desk. There's 10 penises here. They should all be getting a little bit of liquid.
This conversation is over. Consider this my resignation for the end of the season.
So that's how it would go. Okay. So now we've established that.
But there's no options to say that on Football Manager, all that. So we'll just have to go with, no, it's not my resignation. I'll come back in here at the end of the season.
Very quick interlude. I saw a picture, a screenshot of someone playing Football Manager, and it was a screenshot of a notification of one of their players had been injured. They'd I think they dislocated their shoulder. And then the next one was a chat conversation of the coach pepping them up. And then they had the option to slap them on the shoulder and say things will get better. They did. And then it said, like, they appreciated that.
Yeah.
So they've got a dislocated shoulder.
Oh, right, yeah.
You slapped.
Put arm round them, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It was like slap them on the shoulder to show approval.
Brilliant,
and then it was like they thought more highly of you or something like that. So you'll leave.
Football Manager logic. Old
But what?
Sam tagged me in this. Us in this. 35 divorce cases. Football Manager has been cited in at least 35 divorce cases or free transfers, as the gamers would say, while one obsessive persuaded his wife to honeymoon in Bulgaria so he could visit the team he was managing in the second division.
Fucking hell.
Oh, it's just so realistic.
They call it transfers. Oh, that's sad though. So if you, however it goes, whether you win or you don't win the cup.
I just think it's selfish. I've asked them probably like 6 times now since I've been there.
But what if you were to win it and then they give you the badges? You're still going. Well, I suppose if you've just won a trophy, other clubs are going to want you in there.
Yeah, and if they give me the badges, then I'll be happy to continue my legacy at Antwerp. But unfortunately, for the price it costs them, which is nothing, I don't understand why I can't do it myself. That's what annoys me. You get these contracts, you get to negotiate your wage. I can't do anything with the money. Let me buy my own fucking coaching badge. I mean, I've earned all these P's, I can't do anything with it. So I have to wait for the board. Oh, please lend me 500 quid to do my badge. It's ridiculous. And yeah, quite frankly, they've just been appalling across the board. Excuse the pun. And yeah, I'll be. I know they're not going to want me to go, which is great, because what's going to happen is my contract's up at the end of the season. There's no way in any facet I don't get offered a new contract. So when they offer that to me, I'm going to laugh in their faces and go, eat shit. Because what will happen is it will be like, oh, uncertainty at Antwerp as Harris's contract demands stall and stuff like that. The fans will be unrest. You say the fans are going to be on their backs. They're going to have civil unrest when I leave because of the great evenings I've bought Antwerp fans. Travelling across Europe, Spain, Italy, fucking Netherlands. They've globetrotted because of me. They're not just trotting around Belgium, mate. They're going international because of me. Because of my astute tactics. These board won't pay 500 quid for a badge. You have to look at yourselves, unfortunately.
So it's fantastic.
So that's where we're at. And
where would you like to go?
I want to go England.
You want to go England?
Yeah, I want to go England.
Any Premier League club or
West Ham?
West Ham.
Take me home.
But what if West Ham aren't a calling?
Well, West Ham won't be a calling. The stars will have to align for for the job to become available. I mean, I could sit and wait for them.
So can you express an opinion of I want to go to?
Oh yeah. You can declare interest in a club like I want to go to West Ham. You say like I want to go England, and they'll be like, oh, which club interests you, and you can say what one you'd want. Yeah. But I don't want to tunnel vision myself. I want to just be plucked.
Yeah, so I suppose if you turn around and you tell the media, I really want to end up somewhere like West Ham, and then fucking Man United ain't exactly going to come knocking on the door, are they?
A man of my talents, yes, they would. But normally, no.
So if West Ham isn't an option, where do we go in the Prems?
Whoever's available.
Brighton would be quite cool.
I'll take the Brighton job.
You reckon?
Yeah. I'll take pretty much any Premier League job. It doesn't matter if they're battling relegation. That's fun to me. It hasn't got to be a top team. I just want to go back to England, where the rules are not ski whiff. And I know what I'm doing because I know England's football style.
What a fantastic segue! It's really good. I'm interested. So you'll play the rest of that today?
No, not today. I've got other plans today. Many other things to do.
On the weekend, then?
Maybe.
By the next pod, I'll have an answer as to whether or not you're a champion or not.
I'd say that's a safe bet.
What fantastic. I've obviously. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, sorry, let me get that yawn out. I've obviously been playing The War Within, ain't I?
Yes.
Campaign's done.
When did it come out? I thought it didn't come
11 o'clock last night.
Wow.
Campaign's done.
Meaty then.
It's I think it's 10 hours, something like that. So, yeah, that come out That come out last night at 11, and it was quite possibly the smoothest transition into an expansion that I've ever experienced in my life. I was expecting the servers to be locked out, like get a notification saying you're going to get booted out in 10 minutes and then just have a fucking queue to log in and never actually make it in. But what happened is we was all stood in Dalaran, which was the capital that this was all taking place, and then just a quest popped up, and then boom, started. No like logging out or anything like that, just boom, expansion's open, do this quest, and then off you go into the fucking new zone. And I won't spoil anything because people in the guild listen to this podcast as well now. So, and some people haven't got the early access, and some people do. But some shit goes down in like the first 20 minutes. Some serious like, oh my god. And yeah,
is it shit that goes down that's like, oh my god to anyone, or is it, oh I know these characters, so it's like, oh fuck?
It's probably, it would be shit that would go down to anyone that knows a bit about World of Warcraft. Anyone outside of it, they wouldn't really fucking bat an eye.
They're the best ones though. If you're invested in certain things and then these things happen, then they're the best types.
But it's just the music, man, and the fucking someone in the guild stated it very, very well. They said they haven't felt like this since Wrath of the Lich King come out, and I would mirror that. It just feels absolutely incredible. And there's just so much shit to do. But I can't explain it properly. If that makes sense. Like there's one of the new things they brought in is delves. So like ESO, they're like one player fucking dungeons that you can go in with you can go in with up to 4 people. But they're predominantly done on your own. And you get like a little follower and you can build a team and shit like that, and they're just like super, super fun. And I just don't know. I don't know how to explain it because I've only done the main story. I was doing the main story so that I can go, right, that's done. I know exactly where I am in the expansion. Now let me continue with all the other shit because there is so much shit to do.
So what is, other than a campaign, what is it that goes on? Now you've done that, what is left?
So
is it drip fed over 6 months? Is it?
I think they've learned from their previous mistakes where everything was seriously time locked. So I believe in the next 2 weeks is when. So right now you can do normal dungeons. You can't do the heroic versions yet, I don't believe. So I think next week, when it actually releases for everyone, is when the heroic dungeons come out, and then I believe the following week is when I believe the Mythic Plus season. There was a chart, but it's basically over the course of the next month is when everything starts to come out. Because obviously, for example, bearing in mind it came out at 11 o'clock last night. Someone got from level 70 to 80 in 59 minutes.
Yeah, that last 10 level grind is big, isn't it?
59 minutes they did that in. So, and like I say,
they do just spam dungeons.
Well, obviously, because you've got people where they've had a long time playing early access, playing the beta and everything like that. So they know the zones, they know the quests, they know people who have worked out the most efficient route to do things. And that's basically what happened is when it come out is that these people have done that route and got world first level 80 and shit like that. But it's kind of pointless because you are locked to a certain point. Like it hasn't fully released yet. When it does fully release, you can't do everything anyway. So there's no issues with sort of taking your time. Obviously, there's a new allied race that's come out called the Earthen. And they're just dwarfs that are made out of fucking stone with all gems popping out of them and shit like that. They're quite cool.
Well, you can play as them?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
New class.
Yeah, I can unlock them, which I'll be doing. It'll be a bit annoying for me, though, because I'm playing... They're a horde race.
Oh,
but
evil.
I'm playing Alliance at the moment.
Are you playing your main?
I swapped. I had my main, which was my paladin called Cadbury Cow. He was a DPS. He was Retribution. Very, very cool. But I thought, I'm a leader. All right? I'm a leader that doesn't necessarily like to lead all the time. So I like to have an important role. Now, being a very good person at doing damage is an important role, but it's not fucking anyone can do damage. So tanking's never been my thing. I don't want...
False.
What?
anyone can do damage. Not everyone can do big damage.
That's true.
I was doing damage on World of Warcraft till you taught me how to do big damage, and then I realised, I've been making terrible mistakes.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Tanking's never been my thing. It's far too fucking involved. It's like a second job. I just don't have the capability to do it.
Yes, you do. You just don't want to. But carry on.
Healing, I've always been very good at. So, paladins can be healers, but they are a melee-based healer, which I've always fucking hated. Always hated the idea of, if it's my job to heal, why have I also got to attack everything? I've now got to do everyone's job. I don't like that. So I've always steered away from it. Whereas up until about a week ago, I thought, well, you know what, fuck it. Let's give it another crack and see how we do. However, the way my brain works is I've got a max level character. I do not want to go into a playing holy, which is the healing class, that I've never done before, because now I've got to relearn all of that shit. You know what it looks like. Man, that whole talent tree, boom, all new. Now learn it. I go, I can't do that. So instead, what I did is I made another character, another paladin, but played them from level 10 to 70 as a healer, so I could learn them more. And then all that happened is I made them a dark iron dwarf, and I just prefer the way they feel and the way they look. So I brought that one with me to. That's my new main, and it's just going very, very well, very well.
I'm very pleased for you. It's making me want to play World of Warcraft. When they're bringing it to the console, man, you pieces of shit. Hurry up! I really don't know. I want to play it more. I got too much on my plate.
It's just so fucking good, and everything's all linked up now as well. And one really cool thing they've done, where you get a war band now. So basically, where it used to be, you'd have different realms with your characters on those different realms, and normally, unless the realms were linked, you couldn't interact with each other. Now, it don't fucking matter what realm everything's on. It's all linked up.
We had that problem.
Yeah, it's all linked up, including the guilds and everything, so there's no issues. But then they've gone a step further by having war bands, which is basically everything's now linked. So I'm talking, you can now, in the respect of gear, if you're a plate wearer and you also have an alt that's like cloth, that wears cloth or mail or shit like that. It used to be, if you're playing a plate class, nothing that's not for your class is going to drop for you. You're not going to get cloth dropping for you because your character doesn't use it. Whereas now, anything can fucking drop, and then if your character can't use it, but you've got another character that can, you can just send it to them, rather than it binding to you the minute you pick it up, which means that gearing up other characters is a lot more passive friendly. And then, like, all the progression, like reputations and shit like that, has all been linked up. So they basically just made it so that it's a lot easier to have additional characters without having to do all the bullshit again. So they've just made that a lot more friendlier, which is what a lot of people were asking for. So yeah, I saw a thing, someone saying like, when's World of Warcraft 2 going to be made? When are they going to stop like dealing with World of Warcraft? And then someone made a good point. They said, well, we're playing it.
Yeah.
They said, this is World of Warcraft 2.
Release it on the console, I'll give it another 20 years, mate.
Yeah, you look at World of Warcraft Vanilla, the Burning Crusade, and shit like that. The difference between that and now, you are playing World of Warcraft 2. It's just slowly evolved over time, and you're now in it. This is it.
It's the unnoticeable evolution for people that play it regularly. So
yeah,
for argument's sake, to make it simple to understand, you're playing a game that you don't notice changing, but you don't notice you losing weight. Other people do.
Yeah.
You know, because you're seeing yourself every day.
All the time.
You see World of Warcraft all the time. You don't see the subtle little changes they make.
It's just fantastic, man. It feels so fucking good, so good. And there's so much shit to do. There's a character in there called Skitters,
brilliant,
or something like that. And we had to look it up. Sounds exactly like fucking Stitch from Lilo and Stitch.
Brilliant.
Exactly like him. And we had to look it up to make sure that it wasn't the same voice actor. And it's not. But I was like, this is like, it's really fucking weird. But I highly recommend it. I know most of the people, I don't think anyone listening to this actually plays World of Warcraft except for my mates that play World of Warcraft. So this little interlude might mean fuck all to everyone else. But
you enjoy it, and that's what matters.
But I worked out, the Burning Crusade came out in 2007. That's when I very first started playing. 2007.
It's mental, bro.
That's a mental amount of time
That
to
is mental,
be
bro.
sunk into
So
a
committed
game.
to one game.
That's crazy, isn't it? That
I
is
admire
crazy.
the commitment, bro.
And I've literally from 11 o'clock last night until 2 in the morning, and then I was up at 7.
You was up when I was up for work, bro.
Yeah.
This is nails.
yeah. I was up, and then
love it.
what time you got here? Like 3:30, and I stopped playing at 3 o'clock.
And then when I leave,
Yeah.
yeah, fair.
But I just love it because it's fucking great, man.
You do you, man.
It's
You're
so
not
good.
hurting no one. Enjoy it. I must mention, because of mainly clicks on the podcast, Black Myth Wukong.
That's what I was going to talk to you about next. Have you bought it yet?
I have.
You have. Have you played it?
I
yet?
have.
How is it?
It's good. It's damn good. It
Nothing
is.
like a Soulsborne.
It is.
It is.
If I had to pick a couple of games to say that it's like, I'd say it is. It is Soulsborne.
Mm.
It is Ghost of Tsushima
We like that.
and God of War. If them three had a baby,
Those
what
are
it
the
would
three
be.
games that I've seen pop
Is
up.
it?
God of War quite a bit in terms of combat style.
Well, the God of War comparison is very easy. Just the combat's so much better for me than God of War. I like God of War combat, but I never really done it for me the way this does. And also because of the storyline is obviously Kratos and Greek mythology, Nordic mythology. This is Chinese mythology. So and that's why I'm enjoying this so much, is because I know a lot about Egyptian, Greek, and now Nordic. I grew up loving Greek mythology. I don't know why. I just loved reading about it. And then Nordic, Kratos got me into that, and Viking, so I learned more about that. And I also learned Egyptian stuff when I was a kid. And then Chinese I know nothing about. So this is all new to me. It's a whole new mythology to learn. And I'll be reading the books because it's all about a journey to the west. And Sun Wukong, which is the monkey guy, is supposed to be the most powerful fictional character of all time. It's who Goku was based upon. So yeah, and the intro to that game is probably the best intro I've ever seen.
It looks so good,
I've
man.
ever seen
It looks
any
so
game.
good.
You get me more gas than the intro to like God of War, like the reboot when he's fighting Boulder and all that. It was even more gas than that. I was just like, this is fire. It's so good.
How far in are you?
I wouldn't say I'm very far.
No.
It's definitely got one of them tree sentinel bosses in. So I got through the first area pretty unscathed, and then there's basically this big fucking giant baby thing walking around.
I've seen many clips of that thing.
Walking around the forest, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll smash him up. Health bar pops up. I was like, oh fucking hell, he's hard. He's got a bit of health, and he's doing me in like 3 hits. And then I went another way after he kicked my ass a few times and found another boss. But this boss is like much more cutscene-ish, much more important. I started hitting him and I was smacking him around. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. I was like, well, I'm not going to do you until I've done this fucking baby, because now I've got this weird thing in my head where once I've started fighting something, I can't move on till I've beat it.
I know exactly how you feel.
I just like, it's always in my mind, like I haven't done that. I need to go.
You can just come back and
No,
the health bar goes down, so therefore it has an ending point here.
So I just kept smashing my head against the wall. I give up at the evening, and then I went back on it the next day, and I'd done it in like 3-4 tries after that.
It's so crazy how when you have a little rest and then you come back and you go, oh, actually no, I just needed to just chill out.
But the way I killed him was pretty anticlimactic, because we killed each other. So I killed him and then I died, and
But
I was like, counts. Oh fuck, does it count? And then just before I died, I acquired the items. I was like, oh yes. And yeah, then I went and smashed that other geezer in the first try. So it's like don't get me wrong. I think for me, it's the perfect difficulty, right? Because there is no difficulty setting, so it's just a standard difficulty, and it's got bits that are like I found quite tricky, but it's always making me feel powerful as fuck. Like I'm not.
There's no parrying or blocking, is there? It's just dodging.
I mean, there's skills that you can get where you can like turn your skin to stone, which is a parry, I think.
Right.
I haven't got that yet. There's loads of skills. Like the amount of things that you're unlocking in this game is insane. You when you kill like a mini boss, you absorb them, and then you can some things you can summon. So like I killed a frog boss thing, and then I'll press L2 and R2, and then I'll turn into a frog for a second. I'll start whacking shit with my tongue, or that big baby. I can press L2, R2, and then I can just headbutt something with it as the baby, which does massive damage.
That sentence from an outside.
Yeah. So we got that, and then but the other guy that I went and fought midway through fighting that big baby is like a sick man. He's like a wolf face, and he's got like a long, like a dual-sided scythe with they're both on fire. When you killed him, his weapon's just stuck in the ground. You go and pick his weapon up, and then you put it, because he puts it in his hair for some reason. His hair's magic or something. So he puts the weapon in there, and then I can now transform into him, and then just be him for a time while the bar's going down. So I'm literally that boss. So
the graphics and everything, they just look absolutely incredible.
And from the trailers from years ago, I've seen the shit you can transform into. So now the game's out, I don't want to go back and look at stuff for spoilers, but yeah, it's like, and then there's multiple skill trees. There's fucking combat skill tree. There's mysticism, which is like your little magic shit. There's 2 other skill trees that I haven't even unlocked yet, so I don't even know what they are. It's so deep, like, you know what I mean?
But what was it you was telling? What was it about this? It's the number one.
Oh yeah, it's the highest single player game ever on Steam for player count. It's got the highest concurrent players. Had 2.3 million players playing it.
2.3 million.
Yeah. So it's the second highest.
And that was that just on Steam?
Yeah,
that's just on Steam.
Yeah, that was the highest of all single player games.
That's crazy, isn't it?
And the second highest of all time.
And then might I add as well, £55 on the PlayStation Store. This isn't a £70 fucking game that they're selling you.
It is also, people are like, but it's the Chinese, because the Chinese have obviously, it's their game basically. So 2.3 million, they're probably all Chinese. Who cares who it is?
Sorry, when does that ever come up
exactly.
in anything?
That's what I don't understand.
It can't top the charts because they're all English.
Yeah.
What? What does that mean? It's worldwide. What the fuck does that mean?
It is mental. What people are saying is China's first ever AAA game, like big AAA. So
yeah, which it is.
Of course, it's massive for them, and it's their mythology.
No, sorry,
so it's going to be huge for them.
Even then, I don't agree with that. It's their first AAA game for the rest of the world.
Yeah,
there is entire. But I feel like so many people seem to forget that, whether it be video games, fucking movies, music. Every single country has got their own thing going on. Everyone's in their own little bubble. It's only a very rare couple of things where that bursts through that bubble and then fucking enters everything else. It's just what a silly thing to say. It's all the Chinese.
Yeah, I don't understand why.
What do you mean?
Why it makes any difference who's playing it?
It makes no difference whatsoever.
The interesting thing as well that I learned today was that Steam only came out in China in 2021. So that's mad, isn't it? Crazy. So at the time of writing, via Steam DB, Steam database,
yeah,
it is also the second most played game on Steam ever, with an all-time concurrent peak of 2.4 million players, ahead of Power World, which was 2.1 million, and Counter-Strike 1.8 million. PUBG Battlegrounds holds the number one spot with 3.2 million, but considering that's a multiplayer battle royale title and Black Myth Wukong is a single-player game, numbers are particularly impressive. So,
but it's not though, because it's all Chinese.
Black Myth Wukong was the number one most viewed game on Chinese game live streaming platforms on its first day, breaking all records for a single-player game. So, yeah, it's just insane. This is just insane.
That must feel really, really cool for people who are Chinese, who obviously where this is based on
their mythology.
Their mythology and like you say, who fucking Goku is based off of, and you think like that must hold not the fucking same sort of level at all, but something like Assassin's Creed Syndicate. People who live in the UK, or even fucking Valhalla, where you've got areas that, like the fucking mould and salt flats, are in Valhalla. Well, that's just fucking over there from here. So it's when you have that sort of what's the word, attachment within a game, makes it a little bit more special.
You look at Assassin's Creed Origins, the Egyptians with their pyramids and their mythology.
Yeah,
of course,
yeah.
the Egyptians are going to love Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yeah.
It's just based on their stuff.
Mm.
So yeah, but also the game's just great. I mean, I can see the limitations of it. And it's the only thing that I've noticed really is it's like it's not open world. It's like chapters and areas that you can explore. So there's
like God of War.
Yeah. So there's areas you can go. You can snake around this tunnel and go up here, and they all kind of lead back to the same place.
Linear exploration,
which is fine. And they've got bonfire basically that you can travel between, so you can go back and forth. But then the only way I can describe it as like more linear is, which is different because God of War you can't jump, so it's not a fair comparison. But so I'm in a forest and there's like a ledge here. I'll try to jump up that ledge and just be an invisible wall, so that's inaccessible, which is fine. But then there's loads of areas where it looks inaccessible, but you can jump up there and run around, which is fine because now I'm not wasting my time looking in trees. There's nothing there. Do you know what I mean? But the game itself, the combat is absolutely 10 out of 10, fantastic, fun. You feel so powerful and badass and just everything. The graphics, the cutscenes, the fighting, the abilities, the leveling up, it just feels amazing. It's a fantastic game. By far game of the year for me so far.
You reckon,
Not even close to anything else. I was looking forward to this game when I first saw it like 4 years ago. But when I first saw it, it looked like one of them games. It looked like one of them fake games, that's never going to come out.
Yeah.
You see them thumbnails on YouTube.
Like Fable.
These are 10 open world games coming in 2024, and there's just games that don't exist. And you're just like, I mean...
super ambitious fucking mental games. That's not going to happen.
It didn't look like it was ever going to be a real thing, and now it's here, and it's blown all expectations out of the water. Now it's come out to like 8s and 9s and the odd 10 here and there, but the general consensus online is people once again sticking it to critics and just going, you have no idea what people want. Because this is a 10 out of 10 game. It's fantastic.
When you have stuff like that, and then you look at what critics and what professional reviewers like IGN and blah 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 are giving Star Wars Outlaws, saying how incredible that game is, I feel like
have they?
Yeah.
Is it reviewed? I see someone on my friends list was playing it yesterday. I didn't even know it was out.
I keep seeing a lot of clips of reviewers, like, not to fucking sound weird, but sucking the dick a little bit. But I'm not really in the fucking space of looking at Star Wars Outlaws, to be fair. So I'm sure there are some terrible reviews out there.
All the people I've seen saying it's shocking.
Yeah?
It's just cut and paste Ubisoft
shit.
It's Avatar, but with Star Wars skin on it.
See, I just keep seeing a lot of clips of people reacting to other reviews of people saying that it's a decent game, and then there'll be like a clip next to it showing how poor the game actually is and shit like that.
That's what people are saying. Black Myth Wukong, Baldur's Gate 3, these sort of games that are coming out from not AAA developers. All they're doing is keep putting the pressure on the AAAs.
Because this isn't from a AAA, is it?
No. It's Team Science or Game Science, they're called. Never heard of them. The
Game Science.
Yeah, the EAs and the Ubisofts and all these, they're gonna and unfortunately for the new Assassin's Creed, I'm gonna play that. It looks fantastic, I think. But all that's gonna happen is now people are gonna compare it to Black Myth Wukong. Be like, how come you can do this in this game and you can't do this in this? I mean, they're two different things, but the heart of the game, if the heart's not in it, do you know what I mean?
You already have Assassin's Creed Shadows already has the issue of getting into relative hot water with not portraying the culture and the language as well as it could be done. The research is lacking in some areas.
It's going a bit mental, man. Like a lot of the reviews from the big outlets are saying about Black Myth Wukong, they're knocking a few points off here and there because it's not what's the word? It's not diverse enough. It's not inclusive enough. It's about a fucking monkey god. Like, what do you want? Like, what do you want?
Yeah, it's a monkey god with a fucking staff beating the shit out of babies.
I don't understand. Like, are you going to say the same about Tetris? a new Tetris comes out, you're going to complain about the diversity.
I think it's
mental.
I know
to
there
me.
was an issue because it was in their fine print somewhere about streamers not being allowed to be, I think it was political, and then talk about certain aspects of everyday life while streaming the game. And a lot of people were kicking off about that because they're going, oh, like, that's not fair. But I mean, I don't necessarily care because I'm not a streamer, but also I thought, well, no, they've spent a lot of time making a game. You don't then want to have that tarnished by someone streaming and then delving into politics while streaming that game. Because the last thing you need is someone getting viral off of saying whatever the fuck they want to say, and then, oh, what's in the background of this video for what this person's saying is Black Myth Wukong. You know what I mean? Especially when this is their first proper AAA type game. I don't know, man. There's a really grim crossover between gaming and fucking world politics, where sometimes I think it's valid, and then there's other times where I think, yeah, like you just said, it's a fucking game about a godlike monkey. What do you want? What do you want us to do?
It's about a monkey king, man. Like, I heard that, what you were saying, but I saw it from someone else saying Marvel Rivals sent me their latest creator contract, and it included that I wasn't allowed to talk about politics on any social media. That was all I saw. That was a different game. But yeah, if you're being paid or gifted a code to preview/review a game, you're being paid or rewarded an opportunity that many people would like to do that, not anything else.
Yeah, like, shut the fuck up, play the game and tell me how the game is.
You're talking about the game,
yeah, and
you're either getting paid to do that, to just talk about the game, or you've been gifted the opportunity to play this early and show people, just talk about the game. Is not bring all the other crap into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's for another. You want to do that? Do a separate stream another time. Straight after this, we're doing this.
Yeah.
This is your reward, man. This is what you're doing. Is your job. It's like, can you cut this tree? I can, but we also would like you to cut the grass. Well, no, I'm not here to cut the grass, bro. I'm here to climb the tree. What do you want me to do? So, yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. But yeah, at the moment, fantastic game. I'm loving every second of it. I can't wait to play again.
Because it says that the only other game was Art of War Red Tides.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Game Science.
I bought a collector's edition yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
What did you buy?
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
You bought that, did you? I figured that would be on your radar. What comes with the collector's edition for that then?
Oh, the standard statue, bro. That's all I'm interested in. I don't look at all the other crap. I'm only interested in the statues.
Let's have a little Google then. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and then collector's edition.
My only concern is I bought it on Amazon, and it just says that, and there's no picture of it, and it's stressing me out, bro.
Or is it Prime? Who's the seller?
Oh, it's Amazon. Amazon's selling it.
Yeah, but is it Amazon selling it under the seller thing? Don't fucking lie to me.
I don't know.
It should say under the seller.
I don't know. It just says nothing. There's just nothing there.
It just isn't sold by anyone.
It literally doesn't say anything. Can't even see order info. Yeah, I ain't got a clue.
Great. How much was it?
180 quid.
Ah, okay.
Well, it's Amazon. They can't screw me, can they? Or can they?
Nah, you'll be alright. You'll be alright. I'm trying to currently Google what's in the fucking collector's edition. So it contains. Oh, that does look like a cool condition. You'll get everything that's found in the gold edition, the standard, blah blah blah. Expansion pass and a gallant huntsman kit, plus the Lion's Crest bonus quest. What's more, you'll get a fantastic statue of Henry and his trusty steed.
Pebbles.
Mm-hmm. The exclusive cloth map, Alleys of Kuttenberg. The enamel pin set, Coats of Valor. The iconic Letter of Hope, which Sir Hans Capon was entrusted with. And the King's Rebels collectible card set. Ah, so you get a little card set, do you?
Yeah, there it is. Look, Kingdom Come Deliverance sold by Amazon.
Yeah, you'll be fine then.
So I bought it, and I got the order form for it, but yeah, it's not.
You'll be fine. So that's the statue then.
Yeah,
That looks cool, man. That looks cool. And then there's your fucking There's your letter and your cards and...
Yeah, whatever.
What do you mean, whatever?
Just want the statue, bro.
I like the letters and stuff like that, man. The enamel pins are cool.
I want the Black Myth Wukong Collector's Edition now.
Off map's cool.
That's too expensive for my blood, though.
I like getting stuff other than fucking statues, man, because eventually you can hang that shit up, can't you?
No, I like the statues, bro.
Yeah, we all love statues. That's the fucking main bread and butter, innit?
I won't tell you because it just upset you.
Oh, what's up?
No, I'm not going to tell you because it just upset you.
Go on. Let it be the finisher. Let it be the finisher of this episode.
All right.
Go on then.
Doing you guys a solid as well by saying this. The Elden Ring Shadows of the Erd Tree Collector's Edition.
Yeah.
Is currently on Amazon for 144 quid.
What?
Yep. You can see it right there.
Give me your phone. Give me your phone. What do you mean? What, is this the actual collector's edition?
Yep.
What?
I'll tell you why. Because Amazon's got a special gaming promotion on at the moment till
Yeah.
the 29th of August or whatever it is.
Yeah, so they've done it from 230 down to 145. That is not bad at all, you know.
Considering the expansion itself's like 30, 40 quid. If you want any of the other shit, you're getting it for fucking...
The statue's very cool as well.
Yep.
It's a very, very good statue. I don't really give a fuck because I got my statue.
Yeah, exactly.
I got my little statue.
It's very cool, and I highly suggest grabbing one if you can. And if you're a scumbag, just buy loads of them and sell them.
And on that note, you enjoy your endeavours of buying the Shadow of the Erd Tree Collector's Edition. We're going to go and fuck off and do the Patreon episode.
Mm-hmm.
Right, see you later, everyone. Uru.
Oh, right.